Hey there, welcome back. Sorry about that. Like I said, this is the first time I'm trying it outside, so we're having a little technical difficulties. I put my phone on Do Not Disturb, but somehow a call came through and kicked me offline, so I, I'm not sure. I tried it again. Hopefully we'll be all right now. Let me get this set up. Hey Mary, thanks for joining. Um, Again, sorry I got cut off earlier. I'm still trying to figure out this remote location stuff, so hopefully it'll work a little better this time. So feel free to ask any questions about here or anywhere in Montana or whatever you want to chat about. I am here to try and answer anything you may have. So I was hoping this would be a little smoother. It's a little harder to read everything on my phone than on the computer. Mary, can you swim there? No, this is Whitefish Lake, and yes, you can swim there. In fact, there's a couple people swimming right there. A lot of paddle boarders today. Uh, Not as many boats out right now. There's usually a ton of them out here. So, hey Tiffany. Um, Great lake to recreate on. Like I was saying earlier, right around that point over there is a little resort, and they have a lakeside bar. And hey Jeremy, I'd be happy to help you find a ranch up here. Email me. This body of water, I said it earlier, but I got cut off. This is Whitefish Lake. It is about 6 miles long, about a mile wide, and probably 300 feet out in the middle. Is there a limit to property size? No, there is no limit. Yes, you can rent jet skis. But that resort, they have a little bar right along the lake, so what we do is we throw our paddle boards in right here and paddle over, have a couple beers, and then paddle back. It's kind of nice. And then if you go down this way, about 300 yards is the Whitefish River comes out of there, and that flows right through the town of Whitefish. And you can also paddle down there. It's a little nicer because on the Whitefish River there's no motors allowed, so it is a lot calmer than out here on the lake. Alex, it is about 93 right now. So I apologize, guys. These here on my phone, these questions I only see a little bit, a couple questions at a time, and then they go away. So if I miss your question, just repeat it. Not a care in the world. Can't wait till the paperwork's done. Sounds like you're moving up here. Good luck with that. Down at the far end of the lake there, the north end of the lake is kind of wilderness back there, and we are looking north. Is it legal to have a no-fly zone? I'm not really sure what you're talking about. You can fly pretty much anywhere around here, so if you're talking about drones, I know there's spots you can't fly them in Glacier Park, you can't fly them in different areas, but you may have to be a little more specific on that question. The Bitterroot is more temperate. Bitterroot's pretty similar to here. They don't get quite as much snow in the winter, but temperatures are fairly similar to right up here. So, but if any of you guys watch the show Yellowstone, that is filmed in the Bitterroot Valley, and it's supposed to be near Yellowstone, and it's not even close to Yellowstone. It's about a 6-hour drive from there, so that's the Hollywood magic working in Montana. Marrying a wonderful Montana girl and moving to a ranch. Well, good for you. That's it'll be a good life. Ranch living is pretty nice from what I've been told. I've never lived on a ranch, but I wouldn't mind it. Where are you guys? Where's the ranch? What part of Montana? No, on a private lawn property. I'm not sure what you're talking about. How cold? How much snow? We don't get cold on this side of Montana like they do on the east side of Montana. the east side is more like North Dakota, Minnesota. It gets the bitter cold. We don't really get that. There's about 3 days every winter where we might get below zero, but it's not the Midwest kind of cold over here. We're more of the Seattle flow where we get a lot of clouds in the winter and that keeps the heat in. So we don't get the bitter cold, but we do get a lot of snow. So up there on the ski resort up there, they get 400 inches at the top of there every year. So they do get a lot. We don't get quite that much down here in the valley, but yeah, 400 inches up there. So again, if you asked a question and I did not answer it, Wendy, if I found a property, west side. So what I do on properties like that is we will go out and do a FaceTime walkthrough if you're not in town. In fact, I just did one of those this afternoon for some people that are out of state. So yeah, if you see something on that link or on our MLS site and you want to see it, I'm happy to go out and do a video walkthrough. So yeah, I do those all the time. I do a few a week because there's a lot of people just like you that aren't here right now and obviously can't go on a showing. So on your side, how much snow? We get a lot of snow over here. Like I said, we get a lot of precipitation in the winter. We just don't get the bitter cold. They get 400 inches of snow up at the top of that mountain you're looking at right there. That's the Whitefish Mountain Ski Resort. We don't get quite that much down here in the valley, but we definitely get a lot of snow. Just not the bitter cold, so it's a nice trade-off. So what else? Let's see. It's weird, the questions don't come through like they do. Are you safe from nuclear bombs? Well, I don't know if anywhere is safe from nuclear bombs. I suppose it depends where they drop one. Any permanent cabin? Shoot, see that question disappeared already. Write that again. Is it dry in Montana? In the winter, or yes, it is dry here. We don't get a lot of humidity like they do in the Midwest. It is fairly dry here. And yeah, once the rains stop in the spring, it's pretty dry. Is Montana being affected by the drought hitting the West? We have a little bit of a shortage of precipitation right now, but nothing like some areas in California or anything like that. Is it windy on the west side? No, that's usually over on the east side of the mountains off of that front range of the Rockies. It gets really windy. Like Great Falls is super windy, and Browning and yeah, just over the mountains they get a lot more wind than we do here. So, well, my wife and I will be up there next July. Can you generate more info? Sorry, that question disappeared. The internet is good. There's some places that have fiber now. We don't have it at our house, but we have pretty good internet from Spectrum. And as you can see, I'm going off of the cell service right now out here next to the lake. So it seems to still be working, so the internet isn't bad. I think I might start doing this all the time. This beats the heck out of sitting in my office talking, so I would much rather sit out here by the lake or some other spots and show you guys around while I answer questions. This is a nice office. How is the farming situation on the side of Montana borders? Do they have enough moisture over there? You know, they do irrigate over there. So they, they'll get rain, but they do have irrigation over there. So yeah, there's tons of farming on the east side. A lot of wheat over there. They grow further east. I know we have some friends that have a ranch. He grows barley for Budweiser. So a lot of beer is produced right out of Montana. So I'm sorry, the one about the cabins again just went by real quick. I promise the next time it comes through I will answer it. I wish there was a way, if anybody knows how to get more questions on the screen. It's just showing one and it's disappearing right away. So if I'm in the middle of talking, I can't answer it. Are there good fishing spots? Yes, there are. A lot of people fish right here in this lake. Flathead Lake is pretty popular for lake trout. I have some friends that fish in a lot of lakes around here. Can you have a cabin year-round? Yes, there's all kinds of year-round cabins around here. Looking for an next place to live. We are looking for 5+ acres. Yeah, if you want to email me, I'll set you up on our MLS link. I can send you everything that's available. Are there many rich people there? There are rich people everywhere, and yes, they are here too. So yeah, back to if anybody wants a link to our MLS site so you can see what's available if you don't have one, email me. Are there good homeschool community around Whitefish? Yes, this whole valley is big in homeschooling. They actually have sports teams that all the different homeschools are their homes available 250 to 300, not many. But the homeschooling is very popular around here and is a huge community. And yeah, so a lot of people choose to do that. And like I said, they have a big sports program that all the kids end up getting to play sports, even though they don't have an actual school building they go to. So it's kind of a nice deal. We sent our daughter to public school, so we didn't do that, but I know a lot of people that did do the homeschooling around here. So if you just Google that, I know that they have a big website, and I had somebody ask about that a few weeks ago, and I sent them the link for the homeschooling here in Flathead Valley. So there should be all kinds of information about that. All right, now I get 50 questions and none. God, I wish the only disappointment here is that I can't go back through any questions and I can only see. Let me try this. Yeah, this isn't doing it either. Yeah, if anybody has any ideas here. The lake is called Whitefish Lake in the east, so definitely cold. Ranch life is going to be a change. Yeah, I'm sure ranch life is a different way of life, but I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Yeah, Jeremy, I'd be happy to help. Again, email me. It's montanaliferealty@gmail.com. If you just go to our channel, and again, if any of you guys haven't subscribed to our channel, go ahead and do that. And then all of our information, our email, phone number, everything's on there, and I can send you any listings or anything that you want to see. So I guess my homework before the next live stream is going to be how to figure out this comment thing, because this is kind of annoying. I don't see. What are the interest rates on a home loan? You know what? I did not check today. I believe they're still pretty low, but that's another thing you can Google. All the rates are pretty standard, and it depends on your credit score, and it depends on how much you put down, and 100 different things. So just Google interest rates today, and you'll get a pretty good idea of what you could get if you're looking to buy. But that's a good topic right there. If you guys are thinking about buying, the first thing, if you haven't watched the video that I did with Natalie, she is a lender here in town, and the very first thing you should do if you're going to finance a house is take care of that, get pre-approved, get all the documents in order, and be ready to go, because in this market we're getting so many offers. You have to be pre-approved and ready, because if you're waiting for that and you put that on your offer, you won't have a chance. So you need to have your finance set up and ready to go if you want a chance at winning one of these multiple offer situations. There's a lot of people in the market right now looking for places up here. Are there ways to get to small towns in Montana by plane? Yes. I just did a video on that if you get on our channel about flying to Montana. There's a lot of the little towns over on the east side that are managed by the Billings airport, and they fly into a lot of the little towns on the east side of the state. As far as the west side, a lot of the little towns have landing strips, but not like actual airports. So if you have your own plane, you can fly in there. But as far as commercial, you need to go to a little bit bigger airports than the ones I'm talking about around here. So somebody just posted the chat thing. If you could put that back up there, it flipped by and I couldn't see what it said, but I would really love to figure out this chat deal because this is annoying, and it's probably annoying for you guys, but at least you got a good view. Salaries. Yeah, you know, it depends what you do. A lot of people here are now working remotely, so their salary is whatever they were making wherever they came from. There's a lot of service industry jobs around here that don't pay tons. You know, tips at restaurants and things like that. We don't have a whole lot of industry here. We're starting to get more. I know Bozeman's getting some tech companies down there. We have a few here in the Flathead Valley. But you just need to look around. Montana's a huge state. So, I mean, I would say salaries compared to the rest of the country are pretty low, but there are jobs that have pretty nice salaries, so you just gotta figure it out. Choose live chat rather than top chat. Let me see if I can find that. All right, I just tried I hit live chat. I don't know. I don't see any difference. Well, we'll see what happens. All right. I just got a notification from YouTube telling me about the chat and how I need to be careful. But yeah, I don't see any difference. But anyway, doing the best we can. Again, this was a test run. There we go. That is working. What is the temperature? Right now it is 93 degrees. Do you have... they keep disappearing. They don't stay on here. This is so annoying. I'm getting more on the screen now, but they just disappeared again. So if you have any tips on that, that would be good as well. What does this do? Oh, that doesn't do anything. What is the location? It should have come up, but this is Whitefish Lake, northwest Montana. We're about 30 miles, 25 miles from the entrance to Glacier National Park. We are 60 miles from the Canadian border. Is there a National Guard? Yes, there is. They actually have a big, I don't know what you call it. It's not a base, but down in just north of Kalispell, they built a big new building for them and yard, and they keep all their equipment and everything there. How are the firearms laws? You know, you can carry guns here. If you want to conceal them, you have to get a permit, but the gun laws here are pretty liberal. Yeah, guns here are not a big deal. Everybody has them. Nobody, really worries about it. It's just one of those things up here. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about the gun thing. I know some people get worked up about that, but it's not a real big issue here. Nobody makes a big deal out of it. Let's just go with that. Anything else? How far is Bozeman? Bozeman is about 6 hours from here to the southeast. Maria, thank you. Thanks for watching. And Tucson's nice. Probably not this time of year, but I've been down there. I like the desert, so it's a great place to be in the winter. Switzerland was this big. I've never been to Switzerland, but I'll take your word for it. The restrictions regarding property building. It just depends on where you're building. If you're building in town or building in a county or building in a subdivision, there's all kinds of different rules. So yeah, there's a million variables on that. What types of rodeos in Montana? I read this. I'm not a huge rodeo guy. I've gone to a few. We have them here all the time. There's one over in Columbia Falls every week. but I heard that Montana, I can't believe that Texas isn't the same, but Montana has its own rodeo league, or I don't know what you call it for rodeos, but there's a rodeo somewhere in Montana every weekend of the year. So if you're into that, you shouldn't have a hard time finding one. How are the roads? Hey Curtis, you're right down the road. The roads here are fine. Yeah, we don't have many issues with the roads. They get icy in the winter, but this time of year they're good. I know there's a backlog. Any recommendations? You know what? I can't really recommend anybody specifically right now. They're all so busy. I would just start calling around and see who's willing to work with you the quickest. So, thanks for sharing the great state. You are welcome. How are the hunters? Hunters are fine. Everybody, again, they go out. A lot of people are, going out to provide meat for the winter and for their families. So it's another way of life around here. A lot of people hunt. Again, not a big deal. It's just the normal thing around here. So thank you. I'm glad you guys like them. Seems like Alberta. Well, we're just south of Alberta. Any tiny home communities? There are not. They have not done that yet. There's none that I know of. I shouldn't say there are not for sure, but around here there are none. I know they're still trying to figure out the how to regulate them and all of that, and so Montana's not real quick on changing the rules and all that, but I'm sure the tiny homes will get here soon. Where are you? I am at Whitefish Lake. Tell me, guys, I did when I started this video, I set up a little location thing, and I was thinking it would show up, but apparently not. Let's see. All right, now nothing's coming through again. I wish this was better. 101 in Kalispell. Yeah, my car thermometer said 93 a couple hours ago. How are the property tax rates? Again, it varies by city and county, and it just depends where you are. And I'm guessing with the market the way it is, they'll be raising them soon. Let's see. All right, good. It did show up. All right. Thanks, Jen. Thanks for watching. So, anything else? All right, Jeremy. Thanks for tuning in. Is it hot or humid? It's pretty dry. It's hot, but it's not real humid. What does it cost to rent a cabin? There again, Dwayne, 1,000 variables. It depends where it is, how big it is, when you're renting it. There's a million things, so I can't give you a specific answer on that. Does Montana have personal income tax? Yeah, we have a state income tax. There's just no sales tax. Should we wait to buy? It depends. I don't think we're going to have a crash like we did back in '08. I think it may slow down a little bit, but I don't think we're going to get a huge drop in prices at this point. So if you're looking to buy and flip something, then now is not the time. If you're looking to buy and just live here for 10, 15 years, then you're not going to lose money, in my opinion. They're not building any more mountain towns. All right, thanks for tuning in, Greg. So we're at about 25 minutes now. If anybody has anything else, fire away, or I'll shut it down here. It's just, I wish I could see more questions, and I wish they would stay up on the screen long enough. Is it better to have a cash offer? For sure. Yeah, that definitely helps, but you don't have to have a cash offer. That when you have a cash offer like that, then the sellers don't have to worry about an appraisal, and anything like that. So are there many houses in the mountains northwest? Yeah, there's all kinds. There's some right over there. They're all over. How much are farms in Montana? What do they cost? Dwayne, again, totally depends on where you are, how big they are. I can't give you a specific number. If you want a link for our MLS, you can see what's available right now and check out the prices. How are the school districts, Darlene? Yeah, they're good. We sent our daughter through public school, and we had no problems. We were happy, and she's now in college, so she must have learned something. Sorry, I know I saw a few other questions roll by, but they're still not staying up on my screen, so I apologize for that. How's traffic on Reserve in Kalispell? That they need to fix that. I saw in the paper they are going to do that in the next year or two. But yeah, they didn't plan that road very well, and I don't think they planned on this type of growth and the speed of it. That doesn't help, and that's obviously the main artery between Highway 93 and Highway 2. Do you think the market will change now that COVID eviction ban? I don't think it's going to change much. We didn't really have a whole lot of COVID issues. I mean, we were lucky. We locked down pretty hard for about the first 2 weeks last year, and then after that it kind of, people wore masks. They made you wear masks at Costco and some of the stores, but other than that, this was one of the few places in the country that we didn't have much, and I'm guessing that's why a bunch of people have decided they were escaping from being locked down in the big cities, and they're coming up here now. So yeah, we were lucky through all of that. What is the best way to find a rental? Just get on Google. That's a good question about rentals here. There's not, and this is a good business idea if someone's looking to come up here and start a business. There is not a central location for rentals to look at rentals. Zillow has some on there, Craigslist has some on there. The thing, realtors here, I don't have access to rental listings, and they're not on our MLS, so I can't get on and pull up rentals on our MLS like I can pull up things for sale. So what that means is now there's like, in each town there's 5 or 6 different rental companies, and they all have their own list or group of properties they manage. So unfortunately, if you're looking for a rental, you gotta go Google Kalispell rentals, and then 5 companies will come up, and then you got to go through each website to see what rentals they have and what's available. So again, I think that's a great business idea. If I wasn't doing so many videos, I'd probably do that myself. But yeah, there's no central spot to find rentals around here, and I think that would be very handy for a lot of people. Obviously, if you're looking for the short-term rentals, you have the VRBO and Airbnb sites, but as far as long-term rentals, you'll have to go with what I just said. All right, we are coming up on a half hour now, and don't see any more questions coming through, so I think I may sign off. But thanks everybody for joining in. I apologize for the technical difficulties earlier, and I wish I could see more questions and they'd stay on the screen longer, but I will do some homework, and hopefully my next one in a couple weeks will be live like this, and I'll be able to answer more questions. So thanks for tuning in.